Hey, mate.
Big Hen.
How you going?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good, bro.
You are opening episode 108 with myself, Cam and Dave. How you been, all right?
Oh, pretty good, mate. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. You're doing the bedtime routine at the moment. As we're recording, it's about 7:40.
No kids tonight, mate. No kids. That's the part of the
dream.
advantage of... yeah, that's
absolutely the dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
yeah.
mate. I've got
part of the fun with
Go on.
Go on.
Oh, this is awkward. No, all right. Got a question for you, Cam. To open the episode this week, mate, we want to know: are you harder on your own kids compared to your stepkids when it comes to discipline?
Oh, tough call, mate. Tough call. Yeah, I think I'm probably harder on my own kids, definitely. You definitely have more of a vested interest, I think, in your own kids. So, yeah.
So it's okay if your stepkids turn out like jerks, but your kids must be upstanding citizens.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. No, totally agree.
Sense.
Totally agree. Yeah. But you've still got, you've still got a bit more of a vested interest in your own kids.
Yep.
So you sort of, you're definitely a lot harder on them. And, stepkids know that too, so they enjoy playing up to it.
Oh, they cross the line a bit more today.
Absolutely. We'll try and get away with a lot more with stepdads. So, yeah.
Outstanding. Well, mate.
It's good fun, mate. It's full on, but,
with
it is
4
what it
kids,
is.
I imagine. Well, mate,
mate.
It's been thanks very much for your stepdad insight, and we are very much looking forward to getting you on for an episode yourself.
Yeah, mate, can't wait. Hey, just let me know. Give me some notice, mate, and I'm there.
Next time, I'll give you more notice on questions too.
Sounds good, Nico.
Thanks, pal. Have a good night,
mate.
See ya.
Thanks, boys. Mate. Have a good one, eh?
Cheers, Cam.
Thanks, mate.
See ya.
G'day, and welcome back to the Shit Dad podcast, where we try to change you from lad to quintessential Aussie dad while sharing our fatherhood wins along the way. I'm Nick.
Dave.
I'm Dave.
Sorry, mate, you've been away for too long. I got now.
He's got up in the order.
I see how it is, yeah.
We thank you once again for taking time out of your busy weeks to hear our fatherhood stories and share your own. How good's that? What a start to the week.
I also am reading the teleprompter. I am second.
Oh, so it's official, yeah, of course.
Look,
So good. Dave reads everything on the teleprompter.
Dave very rarely reads the teleprompter. Okay?
All right, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. We've got a huge episode for you this week, and we know you're going to enjoy it because it's something we haven't spoken about before. I'm really excited to get involved, but let's start with some housekeeping, guys. We want to keep those one-word reviews coming, or starting even, because we haven't got one yet, but if everyone could go wherever they listen to their podcast and give us a 5-star rating and a one-word review, because I really just want to confuse potential listeners. That's just how I roll.
Unfortunately, Spotify doesn't let you do the reviews.
Oh, they've got that thing that you can click in the box and say what you thought of the episode.
Yes.
So if you listen to an episode on Spotify, do us a favour and just write a couple of words and let us know what you thought of the episode, because we're always up for a bit of feedback, good or bad.
Sounds good.
Don't forget to hit us up on the socials, shitdadpod@gmail.com or @shitdadpod on Instagram are probably the best ways to get in touch. Send us your stories, your shitdad moments of the week, and also please send us any topics you'd like us to discuss. If there's any burning questions or anything you'd like to hear from us on, just let us know via those two methods.
And don't forget, we've still got our Shit Dad Pod merch packs, $30. We just want to get them out there. Get those awesome shirts, stubby coolers. Don't forget our good old bumper stickers rocking around. So let us know. We'll even chuck in free postage as well.
And get yourself and your family into a Nike hammock this summer. Use the code DADPOD, DADPOD, for 10% off and free shipping. These hammocks are recycled, made of about 37 plastic bottles, recycled bottles. They take up to 230 kilos, so all three of us could probably fit in one. Not comfortably, but technically. But yeah, get yourself in one, set yourself up for summer, and it does have a beer holder just quietly.
Whoa.
So Dad Pod, 10% off with free shipping.
We're getting. Obviously, we're October now. We're getting up to the silly season with work. There's no doubt some Secret Santas. You're going to be given some family Secret Santas to buy for as well. Yeah, buy one of these. So especially if you get a fellow dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, send them a bit of comfort.
They got Afterpay too. That's how I bought mine.
Nice.
So good. All right, let's kick off the episode with a really great message we received this week from Joseph. Hey guys, I just wanted to say a big thank you. Bit of background. I went from a single bloke to a stepdad to having my own son in what felt like no time at all. Having the tips and tricks from you guys, but also learning to laugh at my mistakes has helped so much. How good is that?
Cheers, Joe.
That's great feedback.
Really good feedback. And if anyone feels the same or has another message, like we said before, get in touch with us because we love hearing about it. And it also gives us fuel for upcoming episodes as well. So I just got back to Joe straight away. I was like, thanks for your message and support. You've given us this week's topic, blended families. I couldn't think of anything better to talk about after that message. So I asked him if he could possibly answer 3 questions for us. How did you approach the relationship with a single mum? How were you introduced to her kid? And how does the stepkid get along with your newborn?
Good questions.
Yeah, well, he got back with some even better answers. He said, I don't believe we approached the relationship any differently, really. Maybe just transparency from both parties. We started off fairly casually dating by ourselves and developed a connection before I met him being the kid. Introduced fairly casually at the pub with a playground for lunch to the little kid. I was at a pretty mature point in my life, so I knew I was ready, and the flow between the three of us came naturally. So that's pretty cool. It sort of gradually introduced the little fella to the step. I don't know if it's all kids, but Mr. 3 is such a sweetheart. He constantly says he loves him and gives him kisses. I ensure I share my attention equally, and he is just a normal big brother. So he hates sharing toys, obviously.
They're going to be fighting so much.
Oh, my God. 2 boys. If they're anything like my boys, it's punch-ons daily.
You don't have to be boys for those punches. 2 girls give it a good old run.
One of my biggest challenges was reading when to step in for discipline, not to overstep or push him away. I just started small with little issues and small conversations, but his mum was great with this understanding if it was to work, I should just act as his dad and not the other guy.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's great advice. So you don't have to be called dad or get the kid to call you dad, but just act like a dad and like a positive male role model, and everything else comes naturally.
Yeah, and an understanding of authority and respect as well, like you would for any adult, really.
Yeah, it's true. And he asks us another question. If I could get some advice at the moment, Mr. 3 has started calling me dad on occasion. I'm still struggling with when to refer to myself as dad and not Joe. I am so proud and don't want to discourage him calling me dad, but don't want to feel like I'm pressuring him or manipulating his decision. So far, I just let him decide and don't correct him either way, but when talking about myself, still call myself Joe, which has its challenges when I only refer to myself as dad with the newborn and don't want him to think he's alienated.
Ooh,
That's heavy, man. I think I'm going to stick with what we said before about just acting as the positive male role model to both kids equally, and then just they call you what they call you.
I think as the kids get older, 3 is quite young, you can have those more serious conversations with, what do you want to call me or what do you want me to call myself? Like when they're a bit older, they can help make that decision as well.
It also depends if the birth dad's in the picture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. But
because
I think
even considering himself as Daddy Joe, possibly.
Yeah.
I think it's great though too that he spoke earlier, Joe, about that transparency. So it's also good to talk to your missus.
Yeah, what does she want?
Well, yeah, what does she want you to be, or how does she feel about it? I think you're going down the right track in regards of not correcting him. Him saying dad every so often means he's comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what he's seeing you as. So I think at the moment it's in a tough spot because you do have the other newborn and you're calling yourself dad in front of him. So I think just let it continue to happen naturally.
Yeah.
As best as you can.
It's no different from, we've all done it. You call the teacher mum.
I still get called mum. I don't know what to say about me or those kids, but anyway.
That's a great challenge, though, or question, from Joe. So thank you. That's the kind of stuff we'd love to hear more from different
definitely.
listeners. So send them through.
So if there is actually any listeners out there that have gone through something similar, as Joe there, where stepson, stepshoulders started calling you dad, but you're not sure where you kind of stand, or with a new one, with a new partner in there, please get in touch with us too, so we can flick it on to Joe.
Imagine that. You could be called Dad from the baby, Daddy Joe from the kid, Daddy from the miss.
I knew you were going
there. Your face said it all.
fully
It's
supported.
coming. No. Oh, God. All right, so let's get into the chew, boys.
The chew, Bants,
Yarn,
convo, chinwag, chat,
Shoot the breeze.
a heart to heart, spilling the tea.
Dad discussion.
Okay.
All right, Daddy Nick.
Who's just daddy?
Oh, right. All right, let's get into the chew, guys. If anyone has been following the socials over the last week, they saw that we did the Walk for Dan, Anytime Fitness Griffin. As we mentioned on the live feeds, last year we did our live event, which is happening next week at the church, Beyond Church. But last year we did it at Anytime Fitness for the Are You OK treadmill event. This year, they had 5 treadmills running from 9 a.m. on Friday till 9 a.m. on Monday.
Wow.
And they were full the whole time. Unbelievable. And thanks to everyone who got involved. I think, have you got the final number there, Dave?
Yeah, it was a little over, not the exact total, but it was a little over 20G.
That's insane. That's so good.
And can you explain to listeners what the cause was again?
So Are You OK?
Course?
Yeah, every year they do it for Are You OK, which is a great cause in itself. But because it was so close to home this year, Dan was actually the club manager of Anytime Fitness Griffin, and he had a life-altering spinal cord injury from a pretty gnarly fall. And, he's been dealing with the costs associated with recovery and rehabilitation for a long time now. So the gym wanted to do what they could do and just get involved and help him with some of those costs. So that 20 grand, even though it's not going to sort him out for like a year, it's going to go a fairly long way for some medical bills and things like that, which is huge. Dan's very very grateful to everyone who got involved, and as you would be as well. So, good on you, everyone who got involved. Good on you, Dan. He's probably still the most positive bloke I've ever met. So
He's a
cracker.
fucking weapon. Like, literally.
He spent half the time doing wheelies in his wheelchair. It was so fucking good.
And he was up and around.
Yeah.
I think once we heard the story and, once he had his surgeries and stuff like this, it was just, you could see it in his face, the determination, then getting up and doing those little steps and everything like that. It's just like, holy shit.
Yeah. That's
well
huge.
done.
A couple of the guys, I think they had 4 people do 24 hours straight on the treadmill, which was amazing, cracking effort from those guys. And then people like myself who got on and did 4 or 5 hours throughout the weekend. That was cool. On the Saturday, they had support come down from River 91.9.
Yeah, cool.
Those guys are awesome. They're all volunteers as well.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all about just promoting good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
and community, which is what we're about, what the gym's about. Yeah, it was really cool.
And you didn't just walk, though. You walked in your full fiery suit.
Yes, I chucked my turnout gear on, the structural firefighting gear, and a air mask, so breathing apparatus as well, which was. It wasn't too bad because it was just walking. It wasn't like a working fire where you're working your ring off, but it was still like got 30 minutes of air. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it drummed up a bit of business for the GoFundMe as well, which was good.
Yeah, great.
Good on you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and looking forward, like I said before, to this Sunday, we're doing the live episode at GoFundMe Church. No, it's Beyond Beyond Church up at Griffin, and they are raising awareness for just asking the question and making it like a community, just a natural for the community to check up on their mates and ask them
Yep.
questions.
For Are You Okay?
For Are You Okay? Get your mates involved. But we will be there in the Griffin State School Hall at 10 o'clock till 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. So if you want to come down and watch the show or get involved, we're going to be talking to a few crowd dads and giving people a taste of some really cool content to come.
Yeah, we can't wait to share some of that. There's some good ideas that are coming through. And yeah, it's going to be pretty lighthearted. Obviously, we did ask the question, didn't we? Can we swear in the church? And they said, go for it.
Yeah, he said he did say since that we're going to mind our Fs and cut out Cs, which we don't drop Cs anyway, but we do drop the F bomb a bit.
Okay.
We don't fucking swear.
Don't know what you're fucking talking about. All right, let's get right into the chew here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Trolling Facebook as we do, just in our downtime, usually on the toilet. I came across a really good post from a bloke's page. I've been seeing this bird for a little while now. Absolutely cracking chick, solid personality, absolutely stunning, great job. Has just everything going for her right now. Only thing putting me off is she has 2 young kids with her ex-partner. The issue is I don't know how I feel about the kids. I enjoy kids, but I don't have any myself, and it feels a bit odd knowing they aren't mine, and I haven't gone through the whole process of becoming a dad with my own kids. They are pretty young and will have their dad in their life the whole time, but I feel like I wouldn't love them like they are my own. Anybody been in this situation where they took on 2 kids that weren't theirs, and how did they go? That's heavy. There's so much to unpack there.
But that's a very raw and honest question as well. He's asking for others' opinions of having gone through the same thing, because it would be pretty daunting thing to all of a sudden have that instant family.
He wouldn't be the only bloke going through that train of thought as well.
Yeah.
The big guys are going through that every single day.
I do enjoy how he said solid personality.
Yeah, solid. It's just solid. He's got a fair bit going for it. But I just want to quickly go through that. So the only thing putting me off is she has 2 young kids with her ex-partner. I don't know if that's a bad... Like, that's not a bad thing. Depending on the character of the ex-partner, I wouldn't... The advice I would give from a completely non-qualified point of view, because I haven't gone through it myself, is I would honestly be just meeting the ex.
Yep.
Like, obviously there's some pretty spicy breakups between men and women. And, yeah, from both parties there can be some pretty gnarly sort of descriptions of the other person, I imagine. And I just think there's always 2 sides to the story. And, yeah, unless it's like mad trauma, I would be trying to meet the bloke and see his character and just sort of introduce yourself. I'm going to be around the kids a bit. Is there anything like... Yeah.
You need to know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Right? And also, so having the full picture of personalities and that. So, because it's as important for the kids there's some kind of, effort there.
Yeah. It's like co-parenting.
Yeah, exactly.
I think... Sorry to interrupt there, but I think the big concern here is more not so much the fact that the ex-partner is going to be involved. It's the fact that because he hasn't had that paternal instinct kick in with his own, he's worried that he's not going to be interested or involved or invested in these kids. And I think the only advice I have there in it, like, is if you're really into this partner of yours, and it is, be open and honest and just say that you're worried about these things, but then let it happen naturally. Yeah. See what happens.
Every stepdad I've spoken to has been like, as soon as I met them, I just loved them. I just treated them like my own kids. I think that comes naturally in itself. That's a paternal instinct in its own. Like, you don't have to have be there when your missus gives birth, and then watch them through childhood. I think if you come into that, there is an element still of a paternal instinct coming into that situation.
100%. But it looks like he's worried that he's not going to have that in that that connection.
I think a lot of guys fear as well. They fear they don't have that runway into fatherhood, which is the actively making the decision, trying 9 months pregnancy, being there for the birth.
The trying's still going to happen. Like, let's be honest.
I'm hoping there's plenty of practicing going on there, mate. But
and then obviously like learning from the beginning but you'd still be learning in a different way.
Yeah.
It just means you haven't had that, the full story along the way, which is fine.
Let's see what some of the comments said. There's 3 comments I highlighted because I thought they were really great. Of my own personal experience growing up with my stepdad since the age of 2 to 3 years old, I don't know whether my dad loved me before marrying my mum, but I know what the term unconditional love is because of him. They got together in their mid-20s, so I'm sure there would have been a period where he'd have those feelings. Thankfully, he decided to continue. As I've grown up and the older I get, the more I realise what an amazing person he is, and step-parents like him are. He is my guide to measure up how much of a good father I will be, which will be any day now, given my wife's due date. I know it's corny, as it's used so many times, but I'll be happy if I can be half the man that my dad, he's put my dad in capitals because it's his stepdad, my dad is. I took on his last name so that my future children will have that connection with him from their first breath. That's how much this man means to me. So if you do end up continuing to see this woman, this is a possibility of what your presence in their kid's life would be.
That's really powerful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the fact that as he wrote, my dad. It's my dad.
It's sort of sad that his birth dad might not have been around, but that's sometimes just how it is. And the fact that this other bloke stepped up to the plate and treated him like his own is so powerful in itself, that he was such a good dad that this kid took his last name when he's grown up. He wants his kids to, that's their granddad.
And vice versa, you hear sometimes about people, formally adopting their stepkids, or like making the legal steps to actually have everything set up in their lives. So kind of goes both ways, which is obviously really a nice gesture.
I've been with my partner going on 6 years, and she had a daughter in a previous relationship. I've raised her since she was 1. Quite frankly, the best decision I've ever made. I was well off before her, and being with her has only improved my situation and hers. Don't get me wrong, at first there's pretty big shoes to fill and can be daunting, and loving them like your own, in quotations, takes time. But it's got to be something you're sure about, because you can do some damage to the kids if you're around for a couple of years and then just disappear. That's a big one. Yeah. If you're gonna do it, make sure you do it. Like, you commit. Don't just do it. Yeah. Don't think with your dick.
Loving them like your own. Like, I mean, it's such an important thing. If you're going to be in these, if you're in the life for the partner, for their mum, or whoever it might be, you need to love them, that they are your own.
I also think that these guys have to know that going into this relationship, 99% of the time, those kids are going to come before you every time. It's going to happen. Like,
for sure,
you are taking the back seat in that relationship. And finally, me and my new partner have been together for a year now. She has a girl who is 5, and I have 2 kids, 4 and 7. My partner treats my kids like they're her own, and that's what I try and do with hers. Her daughter isn't like my kids. She is wilder, but I feel like I'm making a difference in her life. She has called me dad accidentally a couple of times, and I haven't told her off for it or tried to get her straight because of it. I guess what I'm saying is, if you get along with the kids and you can learn to love them like your own, maybe one day you will have your own with her. It's always good to ask that question.
That's an important one. Yeah. What does that look like afterwards?
Yeah, totally.
That goes us into a couple of my stories. So I had a couple of people in my network that I wanted to kind of share what their makeup is of their families as well. And some of them were a little bit similar to that. That real kind of blended family. So I thought about it from the perspective of what does a modern day dad look like? Because we talk blended, I think it's part and parcel of, sometimes you can have 2 dads and same-sex relationships. You can have a single mum who plays both roles. Very, very much these days there's no standard family, essentially. And so, that idea of like a dad who has a partner and goes back once more to have some kids with that new partner as well, obviously is a common theme here. So, 2 dads in my network. One had a kid when he was young. He was about 17. And then that relationship ended, went off, did travel the world, did a fair bit of work, and then met his next wife. Had the whole pigeon pair, kind of, short, boy and girl, short stint, close together kind of thing. And their son would have been around 13 or so when they had the 2. Now, in his early 50s, he's got a new wife, so third partner, and he's just had his second kid to that wife as well. So 5 kids across the 3 different partners, and his attitude to it is really interesting. So he's full of energy. You wouldn't expect that for anyone kind of, I suppose, kind of early 50s. Maybe not as much as someone in their kind of like early 20s.
Yep.
The way that he looks at it is he's embracing those really early years and those kind of school age years as well, because he's already seen the oldest kid kind of grow up so fast, and he missed a bit of that with his son, and he's really makes an active effort. Like he doesn't look 50, like he's fit as he's got abs and shit, goes to the gym, fit, healthy, ready. He's ready to play with the little ones as they grow up as well.
Cool.
So his attitude to it is like, you need to be as an active dad as you are at 50 as you were at 20 kind of thing. So that's his attitude. So he's definitely got the right approach to that. And then the second one is another mate, so in his 50s as well, has 2 girls who are complete grown adults, so kind of late teens or kind of early 20s. And he's just had a new baby with his new partner.
Oh, that's a big gap.
Big gap, yeah. And when I spoke to him, and I was like, "Man, you fucked it up." I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, I know." But his attitude as well was around. Obviously, it's an important part, and there was agreement between his new partner, like that's what they both really wanted.
Yeah.
But also, he's like, "Oh, I got 2 babysitters ready to roll out the drop of a hat. Our lives won't change an awful lot because we've got essentially his daughters ready to go." So, you could also look at it that way, as your oldest kids being like little mini parents.
I could imagine as well,
Bit of a nanny.
taking a bit of a more serious approach to that one would be at that age and with 2 such older kids, you'd think it'd be possibly an easy slide into, oh, fuck, we fucked up. This is a mistake. And then the kid's paying for it the rest of their childhood.
Yeah.
It'd be so important for those people to be straight up like, this kid is my world. And then the 2 girls, the older ones, to come in and be like, oh my God, and just shower this kid with so much love. I feel like, that's a great opportunity for their family to bond even more.
Exactly, yeah. Adds another layer, another element. Yeah,
Totally.
Exactly.
It's great that they were in that agreement. Like you said, that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
With the new partner, obviously the new wife, they wanted it together. Yes, the age is, whatever, and you've also been through all of the trenches.
Yeah.
He was practically out.
Yeah.
And then now he's well and truly into it. So
back in the day, first few episodes we had Tony on it, and he was new dad at 51 or something like that. And he the way he explained it was, he gets to like basically retire and then just look after the kid and just drop him at school, and that was he's like, this could be great.
Yeah,
So.
he was pretty energetic too.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, boys, that was some seriously good chew this week.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to getting a couple of blended dads on for for our new stuff next year. We're talking to everyday dads, so it'd be cool to get a few blended dads in there. So if you want to get on board and tell your story, if you've got a really good one, or you just want to share some experiences and advice, get in touch with us at shitdadpod on Instagram or shitdadpod@gmail.com. But yeah, that's the chew this week. What do you reckon, fellas? Time to get into a bit of lightheartedness.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see what you got in store for us.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we've done something similar before.
Yeah.
My memory is like a goldfish, so I can't remember. But it's called Shootout. So you boys are pitted against each other. 1-word answers, and I'm going to give you a topic, which this week is items that you would find in a daddy bag. And you just have to keep shooting until someone repeats or misses or can't answer. I'm pretty sure we have done it before, but not for
Something
a daddy
similar,
bag.
not
Yeah,
this.
something similar. So I'm really not the greatest host for this one because my memory's so bad. So you could probably repeat 3 or 4 times, and I'm not going to know.
See how many times we can get him before
we'll
he
see.
gets over it.
But yeah, if you hold out, we'll get our boy Rich to throw a bit of music behind this one because I reckon we could make it seriously cool. All right, ready?
Not really.
Timer's on. Boop, boop, boop. Things you would find in the daddy bag. Cam,
Nappies,
Dave.
Wipes,
hand sanitizer,
pseudo cream,
a hat,
sunscreen,
baby toy,
change of clothes,
water bottle,
snacks,
bag's going to be fucking huge.
Beer.
Yes! Oh, I'm allowing that one. That's good.
Oh, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
What is that beer? Then I want fucking
roadie.
jerky.
Yeah.
Screwdriver.
Oh, fuck.
I'll second that. I mean, I really do like vodka and orange juice. So yeah.
All right, if you get one here, Dave, you win.
Father of 2 girls, hair ties.
Oh, that's good. All right, this week it goes to Dave. Well done, mate. Very
See,
good.
yeah. Also, we're at the point now where by this one, the new guy, we don't really care. So we leave the house with literally a packet of wipes and a nappy in one hand. Yeah, that'll do.
We did the same thing. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that's awesome.
We used to leave just a set of clothes. So you know how in the boot of your SUVs you've got like that flip up bit at the bottom next to where the tyres go.
Where the tyres go.
But it's like its own little bucket basically. And yeah, we used to keep nappies, like 2 or 3 nappies, baby wipes, the nappy bags, and a spare pair of clothes. And maybe a towel, I can't remember. But like, if that's not my favourite dad hack today, or of the last 1 minute,
That's a good
I don't know
one.
what is.
Yeah,
That is
it's
actually
literally the spare tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking need it. You never know when that explosion.
You should have 3 spare tyres in your bag. Your gut, your spare tyre for real, and your spare tyre of baby shit.
There you go.
Done.
Fill it up.
All right, there you go, boys. That's shootout this week, and I believe David has a daddy reviews for us this week.
I do have a daddy review. So look, this is where we take some turns reviewing a family-friendly location with an unnecessary and probably pointless review to help dads find a good family day out. All right, boys, you ready for this one?
Do it.
Yeah.
Get hands-on with chickens, ducks, cows, llamas, alpacas, and even a camel. I mean a sand-loving, humpy-spitting animal. Why not come and explore White Ridge Farm out at Caboolture for a fun-filled day of seeing animals that behave better than your animals that travel with you in the car, your kids. The farm also offers putt-putt golf, tractor rides, a playground, and a fossil dig. Another benefit is the back-saving horse rides that they offer for children. Oh. So if you want to see how farmers get away with catching their beasts, visit White Ridge Farm. 5 stars and a bonus one for being able to use the following lines. Throw you animals in those cages, or pigsty looks better than your rooms. Smells better too.
It's so good. Tell me you wrote that on their page.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we got to put that on their page.
I wrote that before my meeting this afternoon.
Awesome.
Hey, I'm going to Google it now. I'm going to take the kids there.
That place is actually really good. We've gone a couple of those times as well, and they're phenomenal. Yeah,
it's awesome.
I don't think we've been since it's upgraded, so there's another layer of awesomeness.
Yep.
Good day out there.
Great.
It is. And look, I mean, like everything these days, the cost comes with it. But you can make it a good family day out. Pack your lunches, heaps of seats undercover and stuff like this. But you can go there in the morning, enjoy some animal love, and buy cups of food too, so you can feed them.
Yeah.
Go in the little baby area too for your young ones and stuff like this, which is really, really cool. And then sit there. Big playground, all of those things. So both my girls love it. One loves the animals, one loves the idea of animals. But yeah, I think it's great.
Sweet.
Speaking of attractions or places to go with the kids and a dad hack, I heard a great one the other day. A lady I work with said her husband had just taken the day off, so just cheeky little annual leave day. Surprised their oldest son. They've got 2, but the other one went to daycare. Surprised the oldest by taking him to Movie World for the day.
That's
just the 2 of them,
cool.
just the dad.
That's
and
awesome.
Like one-on-one time. And I'm like, oh, that is great. I want to do that.
Yeah. I think, like Dave said, there's costs associated with awesome days out. But yeah, even if you're on a budget, like there's so many, you take a sickie, like you're just a bum on a seat. Let's be honest. Most people take a sickie and spend the day with one of your kids. I think one-on-one time is something we've spoken about the last couple of weeks, and it's really important. Hell yeah!
How was that?
Boys, I reckon it's time for our favourite time of the week. It's Shit Dad's Story of the Week.
You.
All right, boys, Shit Dad's Story of the Week. I'm very excited for this one. I think Cam's got an absolute cracker to kick us off.
That's right. So it actually happened this morning. My wife has found newfound motivation to get back to the gym and do her morning routines and workouts. So she's doing an 8-week challenge at the moment. We're not calling it an 8-week challenge. It's an 8-week kickstart into what will be, she says, a bit more of a long-term approach to exercise. But she's had the 3rd kid now. We're not having any more. I said, your body's yours again, so get it back kind of thing. So she's really excited about that. So she was downstairs and she's taken it very seriously. She's done all the shopping for what she's going to eat and she's got all her recipes and everything. Downstairs this morning, she took our oldest daughter to do a little workout with her. And, of course, being the supportive dad, I was like, yeah, I got this. I got the boys upstairs. Don't even worry about it. You won't hear from us. We're not coming downstairs at all. 5 minutes into that, the new guy does this massive poo explosion to the point where I didn't smell it or anything. I leant down and for some reason I was crawling behind him and picking up some toys and things, and I leant into his back and I felt, I'm like, why is your back wet on my cheek? I look and I can see it's going all up the back. So it's on my cheek. I'm like, oh, fucking hell.
Gagging.
So take him, and then it was just, all right, to our middle son.
Yeah.
All right, downstairs. Sorry, Jess. You got another little workout friend.
Yeah.
So I got to clean this up. I ended up it was that bad, I just threw him in the bath. Took all the clothes off in there and then just washed him in there. So it was one of those horrific ones where there's no point using wipes at all.
No.
So,
Did you chuck yourself in the shower too after the cheek poo?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Once he was all sorted and fine, it was Dad's turn for a shower.
Oh, that's
A good start
horrific.
to the day.
Oh, wow. It can only go up from there, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well done though. Like you're thinking on your feet. Like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do? Kid in the bath.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah.
No.
That's it.
It's like if you're outside, it would just been the hose.
Done that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
good.
I think we've all done that.
Yeah.
I got two for us, lads.
Do it.
So my Miss One, she's 18 months now, 1.5. She's full of attitude. She's the big bully in the house. She bullies sister and dad. So she just does whatever she wants.
Is that why you got a black eye tonight?
Yeah. That's why we better make it on this side. No, but she knows that she can't play in the rooms with the door shut. That's kind of the rule. Anyway, she's gone into her sister's room and walked in there and heard the door shut. So I walked in, opened it up. She's run over towards the doll's house and come back, and I looked at her and said, "Don't close the door." While I'm standing there in the thing with my finger up, I'm like, "Don't close the door." She walks over to the door and then closes it in my face and then runs back to the spot. I opened it and was like, "Do not slam that door in my face." Walks back over with a fucking attitude. Shuts the door again.
I'll be going to get that screwdriver out of the dad bag.
Yeah. It wasn't even her room. It was her sister's room. Anyway, I just opened the door. She just thought it was the funniest thing after this. Like, "Do not open the fucking door."
Yeah.
Laughs, walks over still. I put my hand up against the door and she's like full body weight trying to slam that door in my face.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, yeah, can't wait. So that's 18 months. I can't wait till she's like 14.
Even two, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, well, as I said, she's a bully. She bullies me.
Awesome.
My other one comes from a trip down to Paradise Country. We bought those annual passes, part of, like early present for the girls for Christmas and stuff. So I thought, let's make the most of it. It was a nice day. Head down there, get a morning in. While we're down there, so the missus, we have the pram still for 18-month-old pushing around. I had her in my arms, and then the missus were behind me with the pram. So she's come out of the little playground there. I don't know if anyone's been there. It's a gate to the little playground. We've come out. I saw the missus walk out with the pram, assuming Miss 4 sat in it. I'm holding Miss 1, and then I've just shut the gate behind me. Next minute, this couple behind me sitting on the chair inside the playground laughing their heads off. And then the missus turns around and says, "Where's Isla?" I'm like, "Isn't she in the pram?" No, she was like, "Poor kid, like I've just shut the gate in her face," like, and just started walking away. So I was like,
You can live with the horses now.
so I was like, yeah.
Well, it is paradise.
Yeah, it's a nice Paradise Country down there. But yeah, and then she's like, and then everyone, Mrs. is like, "I thought you did as a joke." I was like, "I thought she was in the pram. I didn't know she was still there." Anyway, but her face was just like priceless. She was just sitting there going like,
The heartbreak.
I'm like, just joking, sweetie.
There'll be a few more of those over the years.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Heaps. Awesome.
It'll be Miss 1 leaving me places. Slamming the door in my face.
Yeah.
Oh, what about you?
I've got a couple of moments this week, not so much stories. The first moment happened today. The young fella, Mr. 6, had a detention just because he's himself. And he decided that I think it was on first break. So the detention consisted of the naughty kids going in to watch some practice in the hall of like a dancing practice thing. And he's like, this is fun. And we got home and we're like, so you did detention today? He goes, yeah. How was it? I'm thinking, yeah, it was fun. Well, what do you mean it was fun? He told us what he did. I was like, fuck, that's not a fucking detention. Anyway, they're like, oh, well, he didn't get to play. So I was like, I'm pretty sure he enjoys sitting down more than playing anyway. So that would have just been a reward. Anyway, that was number one. And number two, can I just put a disclaimer in really early and let everyone know that I love my daughter very much and I would never do anything to hurt her. But she was running away from the table probably, and like I was staying calm, as I always try to do for at least 2 times. Yeah. And then on the third time I was like, no, we've got to go. This is ridiculous. And I've gone to like pull her in by the arm and she's goose stepped me like Reece Walsh against one of the Panthers. And I couldn't believe what had just happened. So I've started chasing her and then she's done it again. And I was like, either I'm getting real slow or she is like really promising and she should be playing an NRLW. Anyway, I've reached out and I've grabbed her ponytail, haven't I? And I've like stopped her right in her tracks. She's like, ah! I thought to myself, I am the shittest dad right now. But literally, it was the only part of her that I could reach as she goose stepped me. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I did give her a cuddle afterwards and say I was sorry when she was doing the right thing. But yeah, shit daddery at its finest.
That sounds like sometimes you just need to get your kids and get out of there. So
I didn't even mean to though. I just reached out to grab her arm and then she's moved really quickly and I've just kept grabbing and I've got her hair, her ponytail, and yeah, anyway.
When you need make that tackle to save that try, mate, you grab whatever you can.
It was a try-saving tackle, to be fair.
And you pull them down. Yeah. All right, okay.
Yeah, it was almost a hip drop too because I threw a bit of weight down to stop her. So anyway.
Good.
So that's shit dad story of the week, boys.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
A couple of good stories in
That
there.
was a couple of good ones this week. Yeah, but let's wrap up the episode with Cam's quote of the week.
all right, so I wasn't around last week, obviously, but I listened to what you guys spoke about.
You were snowed under at your actual job, to be fair.
This is a job too. Let's be honest.
Just doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Yet.
Pays in friendship. So I've got 2. So I've got one that's for the parents and one's, or potentially the dads to be.
Cool.
We know I've got a few of those listening. And then one for the children themselves. So I'll start with the wholesome one for the kids. To become a butterfly, a caterpillar has to work for it. So just teaching your kids how to work hard, and good things come when you do the work.
So eat lots and then wrap yourself up at the end of the day and go to sleep.
So yeah,
Get a sleeping bag.
eat for 6 days, eat some greens, and then hibernate.
That's it. But this one, as mentioned, for the new dad, or dads to be, essentially. Cool. Having children is like living at a frat house. Nobody sleeps, everything's broken, and there's a lot of throwing up.
Oh, that's good.
That was a good one.
That's a reality check for the dads to be, for sure.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And that doesn't stop for years.
Well, one of the boys, one of us. I think there was a guy at the shop. I can't remember. It's just randomly, and he saw my Mr. Six just being a jerk in the middle of the shops, and I was just like, I must have seemed so depleted. And I was just standing there going, fuck my life. Anyway, he not literally. I do love my kids. So he's seen me, the kid's doing something. I'm depleted, fuck it, it'll be right. And then he goes, it doesn't get better, mate. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I got a 15-year-old. It doesn't get better. I was like, oh no.
You're meant to be patting me on the back going, you're doing a good job, mate.
I'm sure it does. Lift me up. Don't kick me while I'm down.
I'm just going to get over this hump. Oh, it's not ending.
Wait, when does this roller coaster go down?
God. So, yeah.
No, we love it. We love it.
Yeah, it's good fun. I think everything comes with its challenges, but there's a lot of rewarding in there too.
100%.
Well, at ShitDadPod on Instagram.
And TikTok.
I
put a video up on there today.
Well, there you
For
go.
the first time in ages.
Yeah. If you're ticking and talking.
Yeah.
Of course, the ShitDad podcast group on Facebook. Or, if you want to get in touch and send us a letter, I guess you could send one to
Snail mail.
Better Accounting.
Better Accounting at Hendra, yeah.
And they'll pass it on.
Yep.
Can
Also,
someone please send us a letter here at Better Accounting?
That would be amazing, actually.
I think I'm just going to do it now. Just to go home
That would actually be fucking
Send us
phenomenal.
an Amazon delivery of something weird. Oh, no, Timu. Was it
Timu, yeah.
Timu's the weird one.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's probably a good opportunity to give Better Accounting another shout out. If you haven't done your taxes yet, please come and get them done from Mark/Steve and the crew at Better Accounting Hendra, because they will sort you right out.
And while you're here, pick up your dad joke, but leave us a postcard.
Yeah, a bit of snail mail. All right, thanks once again for joining us for another busy week in fatherhood. We'll be in your ears again this time next week. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.
Thanks, listeners.
Celebrating the stay.